this is NinaVida and welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first time watching any of my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you guys can keep up with what's going on. And today I'm going to be talking about my very first month of working as a flight attendant. So before I get into how my month went, which so much has happened, I wanted to give like a timeline of when I applied and training and all of that. So I originally applied on November 1st last year of 2017. So I applied November 1st. I got my video interview on November 30th. Went to my face-to-face January 10th, and then I started training March 26th. So you guys can see that this took a very long time, and if you have been keeping up with me since day one, you've seen like this entire process. I can't talk today. I haven't filmed in forever, in too long. So right after training, we had graduated, and then we had 5 days like off. And that was pretty much if you had to like move to base or just to do whatever you want, but you got a hotel in whatever your base was. So if you were based in New York like I am, we got a hotel for those 5 days. If you're based in Miami or wherever you were based, you got 5 days at a hotel. And then you had in-dock, which is pretty much like your orientation, and then right after that you started working. So it's different for every class because it just all depends on when you graduated. So either you start off on reserve or you start off having a line. It just depends. I kind of got lucky, and in May my class, this lighting is weird. So in May, my class got what's called availability. So it was pretty much like a glorified reserve where you got to plot your own trips, and if you had to work on a day and you didn't plot a trip, crew scheduling will call you and possibly assign you a trip. If they didn't call you, you were off that day. So the first trip that I had plotted, so in-dock was on a Friday, and no, in-dock was on a Thursday, I believe. Friday I was available for that day to work, but I had plotted my first trip on Saturday, and it was a 3-day trip with like a layover in Tampa. So I didn't plot myself anything on Friday because I was like, oh, maybe they won't call me, crew scheduling isn't gonna call me. And of course they did last minute, and they were like, hey, you're being assigned to do a Miami turn. So my very first trip was a Miami turn, just turn meaning New York to Miami, Miami back to New York. Super quick, super easy. I had a really great crew. They were all actually a few classes, like they had graduated just a few weeks before I had. So we were all pretty much brand new. Everything went well, it was super fun, but I do have a story to tell you guys later because I'll just tell you guys the story later. The coolest layover that I had in May was Puerto Rico. It was about a 12 to 15 hour layover. It was right on the beach. There was a pool. It was so nice. I flew with one of my classmates, Leah, and we had so much fun. Now for June, I have a line. So for May, I was on availability, meaning we got to plot our trips, but availability is going away, so there's none of that anymore. So May was availability. June, I have a line meaning, to be honest, I'm still learning what having a line was because I really thought I knew what having a line was by watching so many videos. But you really don't know until you're in that position where I had my schedule and I was able just to like manipulate it and make it how I wanted to make it. I was able to drop trips, trade trips, I completely changed my schedule for June. So for June, I'm just gonna read off my layovers. And my last layover of the month is a super exciting one. And then I'm also non-revving to a destination the week before the last week of the month. And I want you guys to guess where you think I'm non-revving to. Non-revving meaning I'm just flying there pretty much for free. So my layovers for June are Las Vegas, Miami, which I'm in Miami right now, for 25 hours, which is really long. Tampa, LA, which I'm super excited for. Las Vegas, Bermuda, and my last trip of this month is London. which I'm super excited for. I don't even really believe it that I'm going to London at the end of the month. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love this job, is I get to travel for free, unless I go internationally. But I do have to pick up a few other, I do want to pick up a few more trips, because what are off days? But yeah, I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section where you think I'm going at the end of this month, for maybe 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, depending on if I can get there and get out. But I'll give you guys a hint. It's warm and I've been there once before. So comment down below where you think I'm heading to. Another thing I wanted to say, for those of you that are watching this and you're about to go to training, or you're going to training in a few weeks or a few months, or you want to be a flight attendant someday and eventually you're going to have to go to training, save every single penny that you can. When I tell you, you are going to be broke when you first start working. Unless you have tons of money saved, or you have family that can just help you financially, you're going to be broke. But I already knew that coming in, so it's not as bad. I'll talk more about living in New York in another video. This is more my first month of working as a flight attendant. Also, I keep looking down at my little notebook. What else has happened? So much has happened. I also ended up bringing my car. I drove with my friend from Tampa to Georgia, and then from Georgia we had to stop in Maryland because we were too tired, and then we stayed at an Airbnb in Maryland, which I have a link down below. If you guys use that code, if you've never used Airbnb, you'll get like 40 bucks, which is a free room for the night. And then we drove from Maryland to New York. So yeah, we pretty much drove for 2 days, and then I had a day off, and then I had a 3-day trip this past 3 days, which was layover in Las Vegas. It was really short though. I also ended up getting another crash pad for July. I still want to do my crash pad tour. I just haven't really been at the crash pad lately, and even when I'm there, I literally repack, go to sleep, or repack, eat, sleep, pack, sleep, eat. That is what I do. That's my life now. But I really want to get that crash pad tour to show you guys where I had stayed at for the month of May and June. And then in July, I'll be at another crash pad, so I can show you guys that. I feel like there's not a lot of YouTubers that talk about crash pads or like show them, so I really want to like give that information to you guys. Alright, so are you guys ready to hear about the time that I almost threw up on the passengers? Okay, so this happened. This was my very first flight from LaGuardia to Miami, Miami to LaGuardia. I was the number 3, which meant I pretty much helped the lead flight attendant, which is the number 1. I helped them work in first class, but I also helped work in main cabin. So I pretty much worked the whole plane basically. So first day, first flight, and I don't know if I had breakfast or not. I don't know, I probably had like a granola bar or something, because I was a bit nervous and I don't think I drank enough water. But I pretty much got on the flight super nervous, but did what I had to do. And I would say about like mid to end flight, like I started feeling really nauseous, and I was like, man, maybe I just need to like eat something or drink some water. So I'm sure I drank some water, I'm sure I ate some airplane food, and I was just feeling really, really nauseous. And the plane that I was on, my jump seat was like in the middle, facing directly towards the passengers. So let's say this was my jump seat. So I'm sitting in my jump seat and everyone's looking at me. So it came time for the plane to descend. So I'm sitting in my jump seat, and all of a sudden I just got extremely nauseous. Like I needed to throw up, and I was kind of like holding my stomach a little bit, and the window, like the shades were open, so I like looked out of the window, which made me even more nauseous. So I was like, I just need to like keep my eyes fixed on an object. So I think I like looked off on the floor or something, and I was feeling really nauseous, really nauseous. It was so bad to the point where I kind of like looked back, or like looked to my side to see if there was like any like bags around, which obviously there wasn't, or like any like barf bags or whatever. but I was so nauseous, and I literally was praying and I was like, please God, I cannot throw up right now. I cannot throw up in front of everyone on my first flight, on my first trip. Like, my crew is gonna kill me. So as soon as we landed safely, I like stood up and I was saying bye to the passengers, but it just got to a point where I just couldn't say bye anymore. So I go to the front and I was like, hey, I was telling the #1, the lead flight attendant, I was like, I feel really nauseous, like I think I need to sit. He's like, yeah, have a seat. He brought me ginger ale. He's like, relax. So yeah, I pretty much almost threw up on the passengers. And to be honest, ever since then, that was the first day, so I would say for the first 2 or 3 weeks I would still feel really nauseous. I wasn't sure why. I thought it was because I didn't eat enough or drink enough water. But now it's been about a week and I haven't felt nauseous, so that's good. So I don't know what it is. Maybe my body needed to get used to flying or whatever it was, but I hated feeling so nauseous. But honestly, even though I kind of felt like crap while flying and I felt nauseous, I still love my job. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But yeah, a lot has happened within the past month living in New York wise. Then again, I'll make a whole completely separate video on that. But yeah, once again, stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. I really want to know where you guys think that I'm going to non-rev to at the end of the month. And also, I should be collabing with Soul the Flyer soon. I'm just waiting for him to tell me when he's free. No shade. No, but yeah, we're trying to like come up with, it's really tough when 2 flight attendants are trying to pick a day where they're both off and not working and in the same city to make a video. But yeah, stay tuned for that. To everyone who watches my videos, thank you. Congrats to anyone who has received a job offer for the airline that they have applied to. And if you're in training, good luck, you got this. And if you're just in the application process or wanting to apply, go ahead, go for it. You got this, be confident in yourselves. And I will see you guys next time.